Hey folks, Christopher Cook here, Director of Sales Engineering at Seceon, and today we're going to go through just a high-level overview of the Seceon Open Threat Management Platform. So we're going to go right into the application here. I'm going to log in to the Seceon OTM, and should take us to the default dashboard page here. And not unfamiliar territory. You see some of the navigating toolbar tabs across the top here: dashboard, visualization, alerts, remediation, provisioning, reporting, things like this. But one thing I wanted to start off with is this dashboard and some of the items here. First off, we're looking at the last 24 hours. This is also up here in the toolbar. I can choose 90 days, 60, 30 days, down to 15 minutes. So we're looking at 24 hours, and we can see right away we're collecting from flows, we're collecting from syslogs. We have 84,000 items flows that we've brought into the application. More importantly, but down below here, we see something called threat indicators. Up in the 1,814 range, and we have alerts. And this would be synonymous. Your threat indicators would be synonymous to the alerts generated by your SIEM and log management platform. And we all know the SIEM and log management platforms can be very noisy. In this case, sure, we've got almost 2,000 threat indicators triggered. And in the SIEM world, you'd have your operators looking at that, determining what's the false positive, what's the white noise, and which are the real critical ones that need your immediate attention. And we do that automatically for you here at Seceon, bubbling up only the threats that matter right here with only 9 alerts. So very different than your typical your SIEM platforms, because we actually engage the machine learning and the behavioral analytics along with dynamic threat indicators or threat intelligence built into the application. So we're going to move on here to the provisioning, and one of the pieces here is that once we start collecting all this data, we automatically start categorizing the data by asset group. And we have a number of default asset groups within the application, but we typically go out and build custom asset groups for the given environment that we're building towards. A number of different ways to do that. We can do it by network CIDR definition, by IP address range, by application group domain names, and you can see a number of different asset groups that we've got here. This is the actual Seceon environment itself here. So we have Seceon corporate network, a DMZ, some lab and server environments, a number of other specific database environments specific to this area that we're looking at. And the reason I do that is we certainly want to look at how the data or the definition of the network is put together right here, because we're going to see that again over here in the visualization area. So if I go into visualization, and I want to bring in a little bit more data here than the past 24 hours, we're going to go to 30 days. And that should bring up a different view of the amount of data. Again, here are some of the asset groups that we were looking at, Seceon Lab, and we can see the individual conversations, where this is going to, whether the high traffic areas might be within the environment. And if we can actually drill into some of these areas as well if we wanted to drill into the corporate network or the servers themselves. So let's do that. We'll drill into the Seceon corporate network here and get more of a drill down effect into the end users or the endpoints within the environment. And if you're more of a tabular visual person, you don't like the graphics here, we can certainly drill down, and let's see, we're looking at 19.120 right here, and we can open up 19.120 on the graph and actually open up the actual conversations and take a look at some of the protocols and some of the applications that are in use there and at what rate. But the real value proposition that Seceon is going to bring to the table is not only do you get this detailed view of the visualization of the traffic within your environment, we can also open up the related threats that are highlighted, that have been bubbled to the surface. So here now we have a visualization of the entire network, and I can drill into the Seceon servers. Obviously, something problematic going on there. And that should highlight a number, or at least one threat indicator or alert here. We're looking at 1946, and sure enough, we have 1946 right here in our critical alerts that have triggered. And like I said before, the alerts themselves are made up of many threat indicators. So if we want to drill into a particular alert here, we'll get the history of the threat indicators over time and why this actually bubbled up into an alert. So just an overview of what some of the capabilities are here in the Seceon's Open Threat Management Platform. If this sounds at all interesting, feel free to go to the website, www.seceon.com, and feel free to reach out and we can schedule a full demonstration of the full capabilities of the Seceon's Open Threat Management Platform. Thank you.